Hi guys, I know it has been long since I posted a new video, but my last video was about my 3 days experience. So today, this whole video is about the whole TE reflection, like my whole time at that school, everything that had happened, my teaching experience, Jay. So yeah, it has been a nice journey. It has been a good experience. Sometimes it was bad because some things that would happen were not nice at all. Yeah, but okay. So I'm going to start by telling you guys that when you go to your teaching experience, like when you go to your schools to do teaching experience, you need to be ready for anything. You need to be ready that maybe your supervisors are going to be rude to you. You need to be ready that some of the supervisors won't like you at all. They are going to be like, so Minage, my experience with the teachers, let me start with my experience with the teachers, my supervising teachers, the one that I was given. So my experience with the supervising teachers was great with the other supervising teacher. She was good, she was there mentally, physically, emotionally. She was supporting me. Even when I was like, ma'am, I'm quitting now. This thing is hard for me. The learners are very, very disrespectful. She would tell me, no, Amanda, they will all come around. Just that when they see someone new, when they see someone who's new, they act like that. They want to test you, or they want to test yourself. How do you react to these kinds of behaviors? Okay, yeah. And then I was like, okay, great with that. And then the other supervisor, this one was young. She is young. She was also a student at VIT, and also she finished her degree in 2020, and then she got a job in 2021. So in 2022 it was her second year teaching. She's still a novice teacher, but yeah, I don't know how that it happened that I get a novice teacher supervising a student teacher, because also she's still learning. I don't know, this is my opinion, because maybe it may happen when she sees this video, but I'm just reflecting on what was happening. I'm just reflecting on how she was treating me as my mentor. So first of all, my first day when I was teaching history in grade 11, because she was my FET supervisor. On my first day when I taught, I was not ready, but I had told her that I'm ready, because she kept asking, are you ready to teach? And I was like, yes ma'am, I'm good, I'm okay. And then I taught. Yeah, my teaching was not that great because it was my first time. I was nervous because when I looked at the learners, they were my age. I was like, ish, these ones. And also they acted very smart. You can see, or you can tell learners when they act smart. You don't know anything. They know what they know, or what they've been told by their previous teacher. So I was teaching, and this teacher was doing some weird facial expression, like she was on a phone, she was getting bored. Like, you can see when you're boring someone with this person. But yeah, I didn't like her reaction in front of the learners. I was like, okay, sharp, because there's nothing I can do. Vitz told us that we should not complain or cause any drama, because Tina, we are there to get our experience, our teaching experience. So that thing she was doing, it was part of my experience. I was experiencing such behaviors from adults. So I was like, okay, sharp. So this is how she will react every day when I'm teaching. I was like, okay. And then she gave me feedback. The worst thing is that when she gave me feedback in front of the learners. She would give me feedback. Would, ma'am, you know, here you need to do this and that and that. She would give me feedback like in front of the learners. She wanted the learners to see that I am a student teacher here. Yeah, well, I was like, okay, fine. Well, I'm a student teacher. I'm a student teacher. So yeah, she had to give me feedback, but not in front of the learners, because the learners will see what this one is being taught how to teach us. So how can she teach us, because she doesn't know how to teach us. Yeah, well. And then I had this other grade 11. This other grade 11 was sharp, because my supervising teacher at that class, she was like, she was cool. She didn't even come to class, yeah, but she didn't join me. She joined me when we were doing a formal task, yeah, or a group presentations, because the learners would make so much noise. And this other supervising teacher, the one who didn't like me, because yeah, she didn't. This other supervisor did this. She would give me feedback in front of the learners, or I would come to class fully prepared, thinking I'm going to teach this and that. And when I go to class, like at the moment the period starts, she would be like, hey, Miss Ndaleni, can you please do corrections today? And I would be like, ish, Lapo, remember, I didn't prepare for corrections. I prepared to deliver the content. I'm ready to give out knowledge to the learners. Now I have to do corrections. How can I do corrections whereas I'm not prepared for corrections? Especially history corrections, you need to be prepared. You need to know all the alternative answers that the learners can ask or may ask. So I would do the corrections, not prepared as I am. I would do them and then finish the lesson, and she would give me feedback in front of the learners, and she would be like, hey ma'am, I'm going to give you an effective way of doing corrections. Like, you are giving me an effective way of doing corrections, right? I understand that, but why didn't you give me that effective way before I even started the lesson? Because you wanted to feel that sense of power. I'm in charge in this class, where now you are my I don't know, you are my that thing. I'm on her lower level. She wanted me to feel like I am under her wing. Yes, I was under her wings, but her job, she only had one job: to mentor me, give me feedback. I loved some feedback that she gave me, but some feedback I hated the fact that she gave me in front of the class, and the learners were there looking at me, like looking straight into my eyes, just wanting to see how will I react to this to the feedback. Okay, and then this one day she gave me a lesson to teach. Okay, I was fully prepared for the lesson. I went to class. I taught this lesson very well, and I felt it. I have taught this lesson very well, because the learners had done group presentations, so they get the lesson, they get what I'm trying to impart on them. And then now, after all my teaching, after all my effort, she started the lesson afresh. Like, when I was done, I told her, ma'am, I'm done now. I think I need to check their homework and classwork. She started explaining exactly what I was explaining. She made like she was adding. She was like, hey, as Ma'am Daleni said, the group areas act is a what. She added everything that I was saying, but repeating it, saying it in a broader version. So meaning that my version of content delivery was not good. She's the one who has to say something to the learners in order for the learners to grab the knowledge. Yeah. So those are the three things I did not like about her. She would give me feedback in front of the learners. She would tell me to do this in the morning, like something that I was not prepared of. She would tell me to, and then she would teach after I taught. She would also add on what I was saying. But I felt like that was wrong. She should have waited and told me outside, ma'am, tomorrow please add this and this and this. You forgot to say this to the class. Not just add information as if mine was not enough, or as if mine was irrelevant to the content. Yeah. And then now that is it about my supervising teachers, the experience. Let us talk about the environment, like the relationships. Now, the environment of the school, everyone was friendly. Even other teachers who were not my mentors, they were friendly, they were cool, like they were talking, they would show us love, they wanted to make us feel welcomed, they would greet, everything was perfect in that staff room, And then also there was this incident. It happened that I got in the morning, I had headset on, so every time when I went to the staff room in the morning, I would greet Sanbonani, and then they would be like, hello, ma'am, So this one day, it happened that I did not greet. Like, I had earphones on, I was listening to a song. I went to the staff room, I did not greet. This teacher, she reported me. She reported me to my supervising mentor. She was like, Amanda does not greet, and we do not like that. My supervising teacher came to me, the one who was carrying the other supervising teacher, my senior phase supervising teacher. She was like, Amanda, I have a complaint from people inside the staff room. They are saying that you do not greet, So I was like, ma'am, I greet most. I greet every time when I get in here. I greet. I'm like, I even go round about the desk to make sure that everyone hears me, that I'm greeting now. It's in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Like Sanbonani, and everything. So I tried to think, it comes to my mind. In the morning when I came to school, I had headset on, and there was only one teacher in the staff room then. And I was like, shit, this is the teacher that I did not greet. Okay, I was like, ma'am, now I remember. When I came in here, I had headset on, so I forgot to greet. And it's not like every day I do not greet. It was just today, and I'm sorry. Please apologize for me to that person. So to ma'am, I acted as if I do not know who's that. But I knew this was the person I came to in the morning. So I was like, ma'am, please apologize on behalf of myself to that person. Tell them, maybe it's the fact that I had earphones on, so I'm sorry. And also I didn't look around. I noticed her when I was sitting on my desk. There's someone behind my back, and then I had forgotten to greet, so I didn't have to start afresh. It's not like I'm owing her greetings or what. Yeah. So, and also the school is big. It has more than 50 teachers, like more than 70 teachers. Yeah. And also the principal, you would not see the principal maybe for 3 days because he's always busy, that man. The school is big. It has about 1,500 upwards learners. Even the deputies, it has 2 deputy principals, and then the HODs. You do not know who's who. And sometimes I would meet new faces daily, and I would be like, who's this one? They would tell me, this one has been here for years. When you're the new face in here, maybe it's because you didn't see this person, when she was around. Yeah. And then that's it about the environment of the school. Now let us talk about the learners, the people that I went to. Learners are the reason why I went to school, or learners are the reason why we go to school, to get this teaching experience, because we want to be teachers, so we have to experience teaching. Hence why it is called teaching experience. So we need to experience teaching. We need to experience everything that comes with teaching. So the things that comes with teaching are students, the learners, the environment, the supervising mentors. So those are the 3 things I wanted to focus on today. Okay, so the learners in this grade 11 that I was teaching, where my supervising mentor gave funny faces, This grade 11, from the start, they did not hear me. They did not concentrate. Like you can tell when the learners don't hear what you're saying. Every time when I was teaching, they would act lost, because of the behavior that my supervising mentor gave to the student, because of the facial expression she did while I was teaching, because she acted bored, very, very bored. And she was like, in the face, I don't know how to do her facial expression. She was like, Lapo, she was sitting in front by the board. She was sitting in front. The learners were looking at her, because I was also in the front, standing on the front, teaching the learners. Now I started getting nervous. I was like shaking. Even my voice was like, oh, you know. And then the learners, some of the learners were trying to concentrate. And you can tell, these ones, they want to learn. But the fact that their original teacher is doing this, they're also going to act what she's acting. Some of them were like eating chippies, not even looking at the textbook. And I would ask, Smanban, what did we say Bantu education was? The learners would be like, Angas, Angzwang. Like, I didn't hear what you were saying, ma'am. So this learner wanted to feel special by saying that she doesn't know what I said, because obviously, they can't hear what I'm saying. After all the effort that I've put late at night, studying the notes, preparing the lesson on how I'm going to approach the lesson or to the learners, on how I'm going to break out the lesson to the learners. But someone is like eating chippies, telling me that she doesn't understand what I was saying, so she can't tell me nothing. I was like, ish, yeah. Now I'm experiencing how or what teachers go through every day. Because this is only for 6 weeks, and then after that, when I get a job, maybe it's going to be my lifetime thing. But for now, I was thinking, so this is the behavior that I'm going to get from the learners, like, ish. And then some of the learners would act as if they know everything. They would ask questions like, ma'am, what is that? What is this? And why did it happen? How do you know that it happened? Like, duh, I was not there also. I'm studying the textbook to teach you. So if you ask me, how did I know that it did not happen or it happened? How did I know who was the president of that? Because it's written in the book. So how do you expect me to come out with some magic answers and tell you, I was born in 1940, whereas I was born in 1998? You're born. So now these learners were like that, and some of them were asking decent questions. They were like, ma'am, please help me to understand this. I want to know how to write an essay. Some of them were pushing me to be confident about myself, because they saw already ma'am has lost hope. She cannot teach us. But what I did not like about my mentor, she went to class with me every day, like every single day she was there. I felt like sometimes she needed to give me space, because I needed to breathe in front of the learners. So if she's there, I can't breathe. Every day I'll be like, class, apartheid is this and this. I need to be free when I teach. I need to be free when she's not there. She had to give me some time off. She didn't. She only did that when she was busy. So yeah, that comes with teaching. So you need to expect that as a student teacher. This is what happens in the environment. So some of the learners, these ones, they really, really loved me, guys. They loved me for the fact that I was chilled, I was friendly. When I taught them, I engaged them. I wanted them to be part of the lesson. I even did group works. I was part of everything they were doing. Like, I acted as if I'm also a student here, but I'm a teacher. Also, I need to learn from them. So some other days I would let them do the teaching. I would sit down and listen to them. Maybe if I taught yesterday, so today I'm going to make them teach what I was teaching yesterday. So it was fun, because even yesterday when I was ending my TE, they told me how they felt about my teaching. They were saying all the positive feedback. They gave me even sweets. They were, those learners, they are so sweet, Shem. They are so sweet. I will always remember them. And they wrote me letters. They wrote me, little notes, telling me how they feel about me. So I think maybe I'm just going to put that video maybe on my next video to show how some of the learners are very, very interested in learning. Whoa, I almost forgot one thing. The grade 8. How can I forget these ones? These ones, ooh, shame. I think I'll need to maybe tell you this full story on my second video that I'm going to post. Not now. I'm going to post how my crit went, how my feedback from my supervising mentors and tutors went when they supervised me, their comments and everything, and how that felt to me and the learners. How did the learners react towards my crit? So yeah guys, that was it about today's video. I wanted to tell you just about my teaching experience as a whole, my journey. Yeah, I think there's nothing that I did not touch, except that the school was far. I had to go from Bram to Soweto, and the taxi fare was 45 rand a day. But firstly, I used 60 rand a day because I did not know the taxis and all. And then the last 2 weeks I used 45 rand a day. So yeah. And other than that, there's nothing else I can say to you. Yeah. The school was great. The environment of the school, it was like a yizo. Yeah. The learners were acting like they're in TV. Like they're acting what we see in TV, being imitated by the actors. Disrespectful, smoking. Even the girls, they were eating some what you call these spaced muffins. They were like they were nonsense. But yeah, it depended on you if you got the nicest class or what. For me, the only class that I will still remember, even when I go to a new school, when I get a job, is grade 11E. Those learners were behaving. They were who I wanted them to be. When I wanted them to be happy and let's enjoy everything class, let's be happy, let's cheer up, they would cheer up. When I wanted them to be serious, because now we are learning, they would be serious. They would like take part in the lesson. Hi, some other classes, shame, I do not even want to talk about them. It was hard for me because I almost wanted to quit TE because of some of the classes, the learners' behavior, the way they treated me, the way they would like chat back to me when I was reprimanding them on something. Yeah. What else do I forget? Oh, and also there was this period when a learner came to me. This learner, I was not teaching this learner, but I have went to his class to monitor them because their teacher was not there, was not available. So I had to teach them just that one lesson for one day. I taught them history, how to write an essay, and blah blah blah. So maybe this boy noticed this one is good. He came to me and was like, "Ma'am, please help me. I want to know how to write an essay. I want to know how to structure my essay." And I was very happy because I was like, meaning that this boy can hear me when I explain things. He hears me well, so that is why he comes to me for help. So that thing gave me that morale and confidence. So I rose up and I pulled my socks up and I was like, yeah, I think banging. So guys, that is it about today's video. Thank you so much for sharing your ear. I hope it was worth watching. Please subscribe and turn on that phone. Please subscribe and turn on that notification button for more future videos. Ciao.